we can't take more questions, or shall?
I think we should move to the meditation
Okay.
teaching.
Okay. Oh, thank you. If you have questions, please track them, write them down, remember them. We would like to know them. We would like to address them. We'll start the meditation now. We might address them a little bit in the break. What do you think?
If they come up.
We'll see, if you have them. You can take a minute, stretch. Do you want to lead it? Do you want to lead it?
Oh, you can lead it. It's good if you lead it.
So the book that's going around, most of you know, is we will dedicate our whole morning at the end of our session this morning. So if there are people you know, possibly including yourself, that you want to share the merit of this morning with, please write their names in. You can write your own name as well. We have said that intention is primary in creating causes for happiness. Mindfulness of intention is a skill that we seek to develop. And our meditation on Sunday mornings is a way of cultivating that skill. So we invite you to begin. Part of it is to relax. A relaxed mind is, generally speaking, going to be more able to access kindness, is a little less tightly constructed around me, constant craving, is able to consider others more easily, not quite so tightly wound up in our own inner world. So finding our ease and feeling supported. It may only take a moment, but we always give it a little time at the beginning. So let me remind you. And of course, you translate this instruction into your actual experience. You hear, and then you absorb. For example, I will suggest that at this moment, as we are transferring into our meditation, you could just exhale. That's one way of, it's actually a moment of relaxation between every breath. And in exhaling, after you exhale, let your attention gently become awareness of the sensation of contact with your seat. And notice how you say sensation, feeling, sensing, direct knowing, not thinking. Just sensing what it feels like to be seated on this solid, stable basis. You can sense that. You can sense it in your body. It's not hard. And it may be that sensing that solidity, however you sense it, gives you a kind of permission, invitation to be at ease. We might even say to have a gentle experience of a kind of trust. Your seat will hold you. You are safe. You are held. And in this way, it may be sooner or later, instantaneously or after a while, that this sense of support that we often don't pay any attention to, but is always here, acknowledging this sense, feels stable, does it not? Feels like you are being held, does it not? This can translate just naturally into an emotional sense of feeling safe, trust, ease. And we remember our intention that we already stated at the beginning, if you were here at 10, but we remind ourselves, you can do this in your own words, something to the effect that, may my practice bring benefit to me, to all around me. I wish that it could benefit the entire universe, every living being. It's our motivation. That's our intention. And in whatever state of ease you may have access to right now, let your attention be with your breath, sensing into your breath. Here, our practice is about sensing. You don't need to think about your breath. It will come, enter your body, sense it. Maybe you can feel it riding in over your top lip. If you get very quiet, you might feel that. More easily, especially in the beginning of session, it might be you can feel most easily just the sense of the whoosh of your breath coming in. Still pretty subtle. Goes down in your body, the energy even reaching your belly. Maybe your belly can relax too. You feel the bottom of your breath. And then when you're ready, exactly at the right moment for you, you exhale, and you're not trying to control it, you're just sensing it, noticing. How does your body want to breathe right now? And stay with that. Letting other thoughts that come, well, let them float away, they will. Or sometimes we float away with them and we forget the breath. And you just bring it back, bring your attention back. Doesn't matter how many times you forget and bring it back. The thing is to remember. Mindfulness means remembering. Again and again, feeling your breath. Feels kind of nice. And appreciating that moment of ease when you exhale. It's like teaching you what relaxation feels like. Natural ease. And the less we're disturbed by thoughts carrying our attention away, the more we get practice in bringing our attention back. And the more we stay aware of breath, the more there's a natural settling of body and mind, just a natural quieting. So be kind to yourself. Appreciate whatever quiescence you have. Taking a little joy in that is good. It will encourage you. It's not pride. But don't think about it. Just feel it. So we'll do this together. We'll just breathe together for several minutes. As much as possible, staying with the sensation. Thoughts come, and they'll go too. We're learning that we don't have to ride every thought that comes forth. It can emerge, no problem. You stay with your breath. Worries come, memories come, let them go. Right now is time to enjoy the pleasure of breathing. And to keep our meditation fresh, our attention fresh, we can alternate resting on the breath with resting in sound. Sound meditation, big part of Tibetan tradition. And here we meditate on the sound that you will make. Hong, hong, repeating the syllable hong, hong twice. At your own rhythm. Hong is a sacred syllable. It's the sound of the awakened mind of all the Buddhas, past, present, and future. And sound has a quality of being also not felt as well as heard, especially in the room where there are a number of us. We feel the sound. We feel the sound that you make in your body. You feel the sound in the room. And we seek to open our minds to feeling one with sound. Just unifying sound, mind, and whatever sensations come along with it. So you'll sound this at your own pace. We'll give you an example and then we'll continue together. So at your own pace. Thank you. As loud as you like. And continuing with your breath, attention unified with your breath, sensing, simply sensing, breath in, down, out, at your own pace, not really doing anything, sensing. And once again, let your attention join with the sound of home, home, sound, mind, breath, all unified for a few minutes. And breath. And perhaps it's easy to see how the kind of relaxing into clarity that we are seeking to do in this practice will also enhance the ability to be aware of positive intentions and encourage them in the context of a discussion of karma that we had earlier. Those of you who might have missed the beginning of it, it will be shortly available on YouTube. We had a very wonderful introduction to the topic from Rigzin Sheriff Gyatso. So take a few minutes before we'll close and return to our breath briefly before we close. If you're new here, or anyway, if you have a question or comment about this practice, which we definitely encourage you to take home, do on your own, or if you'd like to bring up a thought, comment, or question you had regarding the discussion of karma before, we have some time. Cheryl, but yes, thank you. You have to have a microphone.
Is it on? Can you hear me? Okay. I just wondered for folks that are new, if you could explain what bardo is.
The bardo is the intermediate state between, actually, it's an intermediate state between, if you travel, if you get on a train, that's the bardo between the point of your departure and the point of your arrival. The context in which Selva's question was, the bardo that we mostly hear about in these teachings is the intermediate state between death and rebirth. And there's a lot that happens there, and we have practices that track that. So, did you want more than that? Okay. It's a very significant topic, actually, especially in our tradition, Tibetan tradition, but also actually the Nyingtik, the Heart Essence, Dzogchen traditions have a lot to say about it. Anybody? Questions or comments? You can get a microphone if you need it again.
I'm forgetting Nathaniel's name. So Rigzin Sheriff
Gyatso.
Gyatso?
Yes,
I just
Rigzin
wanted-
Sheriff
Yes,
Gyatso.
thank you. I just wanted to say thank you for your wonderful talk, and I think it was really clear and helpful, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Indeed. All those contemporary musical references.
Google it. There are
Yeah.
20 songs in the last 5 years.
Really. You know, we should put that up, maybe put a little piece in our newsletter about that. Yes, Annie.
Oh, good morning. Always so
Morning.
great to have you be here with you all. So when Harvey was, and I'm sorry that I don't use the traditional Tibetan, it's like a different language for me, but so when Harvey was explaining the continuum of the flame with one candle, that's one consciousness of one soul from life to life. It's not like blended across all humanity, is it? So it does follow that one soul from life to life. If one person today is suffering, then we can think that they had these seeds from before that were sown of, not the best intentions, and that's why they're suffering today. Does it follow that one person from lifetime to lifetime?
Yes, it's an individual stream. And so if you were taking a candle and lighting a new candle, an interesting question is the flame of the new candle the same, or is the flame of the new candle different? And often they would say it's independence on the past candle, the new candle arises. And the flame, in terms of karma, everything that we've done travels into the new candle. but it's individual. It's not all of humanity. It's not every individual is a different stream.
Can I just briefly, what Lama Namgyal, that reminded me of, and the other image that gets used in the tradition, and this is a little bit more an image for the nature of, let's say, the person, is it's as if there are multiple candles. So have you ever been in, I don't know, like a memorial, or when everyone is holding a candle and one candle gets lit and everyone turns to the person next to them to light a candle, and then the flame goes from candle to candle. So that's the image that gets used. Is the flame the same or different? And what they want to suggest is, this is about, let's say, the person from life to life, is the flame is neither the same nor different. And that's the image for like a continuum. So it's not just the candle is the image, but the flame itself from candle to candle, neither the same nor different. I don't know if that is relevant.
But there's definitely a relationship to the past that continues. The important idea is it's not a it's not a completely arbitrary continuity. There's influence from the past to the future.
There's continuity, and at the same time, it's not the same. It's not like a marble rolling through space. It's a Buddhist way of reminding us that there's not the kind of self that is moving from one life to another. It's not the same, but it's also not different. It's something more delicate than that. Continuity is key, though. Cause and effect means some kind of continuity, but it's not a material continuity. So we're trying to hold all these things together.
So one of the interesting contemplations is, we have ordinary ways of speaking. So there's this individual, it's Harvey or Lama Namgyal. We all, I think, I know what Lama Namgyal is. You all think that Lama Namgyal, you have some idea, but if you look at me as a baby, there's nothing in that baby that looks at all like me. That baby had hair all over its head. This guy doesn't have hair all over its head. That baby didn't have my wrinkles or a beard. I have wrinkles and a beard. And, we can joke about it in some ways, but the whole juice of the Buddhist enterprise, and especially insight practice, is to start realizing that on a moment-to-moment basis, things are arising and ceasing ceaselessly, and this comfortable sense of I'm Harvey or I'm Lama Namgyal starts getting perforated in ways that can, in some aspects of practice, in some moments of practice, can feel disquieting, because we are attached to this kind of continuity, this kind of individuality, this kind of solidity and continuity. And typically when we really get into insight practice, there can be moments of disquiet, realizing things are really a lot less substantial and comforting than we imagine they are. The ultimate refuge is the nature of the mind itself is stable and kind of imperturbable. The ultimate nature of mind is stable and imperturbable. Yet on the way to that kind of stability and imperturbability, there can be moments of disquiet when we start realizing how ephemeral our ordinary existence is. And it really is. Any one of us could walk out today and be wiped out by a virus, a car accident, a trip. It's in some ways terrifying to realize how vulnerable and momentary and changeable everything is. And part of our meditative practice is to have the heroism and patience and stability of mind in the face of this impermanence, which we're talking a lot about on Tuesdays nowadays.
And even right now, when we're not walking in front of a car or having coarse impermanence manifest in some way, that impermanence is in process. And even now, the kind of self that we think we have when we're not thinking, because we're not really thinking, we just say, I want, when is lunch coming? I'd like some lunch, right? There's an I there. Careful. I mean, it's okay, we can't avoid it. Just to say it's not that there's some kind of robust self now that won't be there later. We're not actually denying anything that already exists when we talk about the subtle nature of the self, which we're not talking about exactly, but it does come up when we talk about karma, because it's not your personality that goes from one life to another. So what on earth does? Well, some kind of foundational ground that isn't really groundless ground. You may have heard that phrase. Something very subtle, but also ongoing. More on that another day. You good? And practices like this and others are helpful in having us realize. Thank you so much. So let's dedicate our practice and take a moment to go back. It only takes a moment. You can feel, you can sense the solidity of your seat. You can rest in that. Your breath is still here. Let's just sit with our breath for a little bit, and then we'll dedicate. We've learned about the importance of intention today. We began our practice with the intention that it be of benefit. In the middle, we did our practice. We listened to the teachings. We did our practice. We quieted down a little bit. We let go a little bit of our ordinary flurry and worry. And now in closing, we dedicate, we share the merit. These are known as the three noble principles, sometimes called the three excellences. And however short a meditation session you do, or even when you just do some good activity, it's very beneficial to remember that, oh, may I take this dry ride in my car for it may benefit all beings. And you do what you do, and then at the end we dedicate. So dedication is very, very significant part of practice. This is a prayer that is very commonly said in Tibetan traditions. Most important, though, is to feel it in your heart, to take a moment to feel, I don't really understand how this could work, but never mind. May this be of benefit. May it benefit everyone. Use your own words in addition to the words that we sing. Okay. These are the two essential focuses, goals of practice of bodhicitta, intention to awaken for the benefit of all beings. By these good wholesome activities that I've engaged in just now, may I quickly become a great guru. That means, in this case, it means may I totally awaken. And in that capacity, may I be able to lead all beings, every one of us, the being you like, don't like, that not just human beings, all beings, to come to that very ground of awakening. That's what we're saying. That's what a bodhisattva does, someone who's courageous on the path and really wants to be like the Buddha, benefiting all beings. So this is twofold. We're praying to awaken completely, and we're praying, and we want to awaken not for its own sake, but to lead all beings, everyone, to that same state, free of suffering. As we heard earlier, Buddha is always about, teaching is always about, how can we be free of suffering? How can we enjoy happiness in ourselves and others? Okay. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. And we make it more personal, people that we know. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom, shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala.
Do you want to do it? Shall I?
You can do it.
So we dedicate our merit to all sentient beings, and today in particular, Alberto, Tomas, Tiffany, Thomas, Aisha, Kelly, Melissa McIntyre, all beings, Camacho's, Andrew, Maria, Stephanie's brother, Benjamin, Tlaloc, Kaisu, Emily, Claire, Gary, Aaron Flores in the Bardo, Joyce and Gerald Maddox, dementia, Anthony Larson, Cheryl, Mike Wilkerson, everyone working with NIH and CDC. My family, friends, and all people are dealing with uncertainties. Stay strong. Catherine, Robin, Rich, Maria, all victims of war, all who suffer. Marcia Sheets in the Bardo. Nova Andrews, health. Josette, Andrea Berry, cancer complications. Julie Gardner, health. Kathy Tenart, grieving. Jay, all animals. Rich Searley in the Bardo. Andrew, Rosalie Hyde.
And if you'd like to unmute, we send our good wishes and blessings also through the sound ah, the open sound ah, which includes all wisdom. And we just join our mind with the sound, the sense of blessings coming from your heart to everyone here, to your own future, to all beings throughout space.
So thank you guys for coming today. This coming Saturday, if you are in the Dzogchen Cycles program, we will have a full cycles meeting online. Sunday, April 13th, we are having a special donor event for anyone who donated in the year of 2024. We're going to have a special appreciation event for you where Nathaniel Rich will talk about his work at the 84,000 Project and what it's like to work translating 84,000 Buddhist texts.
Personally.
Our Teaching Tuesday continues through the first Tuesday in May, but our summer session registration will be up soon. The talks will move to Sundays for the summer, so please check out the new schedule. POA retreat begins May 12th and runs through the 18th. That is our Dzogchen Cycles retreat. It is a week-long practice. POA is a practice that you do for the dying or the near death or the recently passed, I believe.
Wait. Most importantly, one does it to liberate oneself into full and complete Buddhahood at the time of death
Yes.
and freedom. So it's like the express train, and it's actually called liberation without meditating, which means you want the easy way, do the
Give it 1 week.
do the retreat, and you're guaranteed an exit, a liberative exit.
It's an unusual practice because, of course, that's a very high accomplishment to be able to make use of your own death. And it is accomplishable in 1 week, and we help each other. We actually sing a lot. It's a very beautiful retreat. So if you'd like to know more about it, ask us. And you can also read about it in Words of My Perfect Teacher.
And with some familiarization and skill, one can do this at the time of death of those whom we know to assist them on their transition.
It's a very special opportunity, and our teacher is particularly powerful teacher of this. And we're very happy to offer you that.
Yeah, so that's a full week retreat in person and online. We will also have another in-person and online retreat Monday, May 19th through the 23rd with a guest teacher, Kempo Yeshi. He will be here in person. We're very excited to have him. And of course, the first Sunday, May 4th, we will again begin our teaching at 10 a.m. Central Time with meditation. And the welcome event is also on Sunday, May 4th. So you can come for first Sunday at 10, meditation at 11, free lunch at 12, and then a welcome event at 1 o'clock where you hear a little bit about our teachers, our history, and our programs. And you can ask the Lamas questions.
So I just say that May 19th to May 23rd, Kempo Yeshe is a Tibetan who will be talking about a prayer, which is called the Base, Path, and Fruition of Dzogchen Practice. It is both a introduction to Dzogchen, so we talk about Dzogchen a lot, and some people don't know anything about it. It would be a great opportunity to meet with a Dzogchen master from the Tibetan lineage, living Tibetan, carrying the Dzogchen lineage. We do feel with someone of his accomplishment, we need to understand it's not just a prayer, it's actually, there's a transmission of the blessings, and if we're open to it, a transmission of the actual state of realization in the process of the teaching. And so, and it's also, as it were, an introductory event. So it's kind of a rare opportunity to get introduced to Dzogchen. It's open to everyone. If you're curious about what is this Dzogchen thing, it would be a great and wonderful appetizer.
You won't just hear about it. You'll see it. You'll feel it.
You'll sense it.
You'll sense it. We have been in contact with him for a few years. He did a 3-year retreat with Tuka again, one of the very, very renowned Dzogchen masters, the last generation. He also had special instructions from our own teacher. And so we feel, Sangha family with him very strongly. It's the first time we've been able to invite him in person. First there was COVID, then everybody was busy. And so we're very, very happy to introduce you to him. And he speaks English. And yeah,
We consider ourselves scholar practitioners
and
and
he is an amazing scholar. In addition to being an amazing practitioner, he's actually studied not just with Nyingma. When he walked out of Tibet, I think some 20 years ago, so he was already fully trained in Tibet. And that when he did the 3-year retreat, he stayed in Nepal. He did the retreat in Nepal. Then he went down south. He stayed at Saras in the Gelugpa monasteries. He's really non-sectarian, but since childhood, his lineage has been the Longchen Yingtik, which is our lineage. He's also a teacher in the Kargi lineage. He's really an extraordinary being, and you wouldn't know it. I mean, in the sense that he doesn't have any heirs at all.
So when we say scholar practitioner, especially in the West, I think the word scholar sounds kind of heavy and tight, and I'm tempted to say a little bit guilty as charged, although I like to lighten myself up with a Brooklyn sense of humor. But he is a scholar practitioner and very, very light. It's a wonderful example, living example of someone who can have studied enormously and just be wispy like a cloud, and really delightful sense of humor and approachability. And I think it's helpful to witness in the flesh, ideally in person, such beings, because there is a transmission that can occur very, very directly and intimately in just being in the presence of someone with such capacities.
And this is a prayer that has been dear to him since early in his life, chanted daily. So he chose it. And in the course of our discussions with him about other matters, he would often refer to it. And most recently, we asked him why he's choosing this. I think he says this on a little clip that we will be posting. He wants to share it with us. He says, because I love it. So we're hearing from somebody who has not just a scholarly understanding of the prayer, obviously. It's been integrated into his practice for decades. And we get to hear it from him. It's not long.
And we get to see what a different kind of prayer can be experienced like.
So
it's really a different kind of notion of prayer. It's really a way of bringing experience into our lives.
And cultivating a deeply sensed aspiration for this state of being free of pain. So, yes, ma'am, you need.
You mentioned our lineage and our teacher.
What?
I just wondered if you could say who our lineage and our teacher.
You're really, okay. Yeah. Teaching and lineage. Well, we have quite a few teachers among us all, actually. But what we mainly mean about it here at Stone Mountain is we mean the heart essence vast expanse, which is the Longchen Yingtik, which is Nyingtik means heart essence. Really beautiful phrase. It means the essence of the heart which is the essence, the essential heart, all of these things. And it so happens that Lama Namgyal and myself, all of the Dzogchen teachers that we have mainly studied with have been Longchen Yingtik. We didn't say, I'm only going to study with Longchen Yingtik teachers, but that's what occurred. And particularly now, since 1996, I met Adzom Pela Rinpoche, who is here. Not too much to say. One of the great, maybe the greatest Dzogchen master is inside Tibet today. He lives in Tibet. And we've had many opportunities to learn from him. He is actually regarded as an incarnation of Jigme Lingpa, whose poem we're going to read in May. And Khenpo Yeshe also had his own encounter with Adzom Rinpoche. And Adzom Rinpoche, one of his teachers was, Adzom Trukpa, great figure in this lineage. And then above him, that is above here, Karma Benzra was his teacher. and they're students of Adzom Trukpa. This is a particular lineage of Longchen Yingtik in eastern Tibet, and we could tell you lots of stories. And there's actually a wisdom podcast where I tell some stories about Adzom Rinpoche. You can find it under the wisdom in my name. So primarily we mean the Longchen Yingtik, our lineage, the Ngondro, the foundational practices that we do, that some of you are doing, which we will encourage everyone to do, which we now have as a self-paced course online. This is by Jigme Lingpa also. So you can see Jigme Lingpa is pretty important, and Jigme Lingpa is directly connected by visionary experience with Adzom Trukpa, the father of our teacher in his previous lifetime, and also with the great, great, unspeakably great Longchen Rinpoche of the 14th century, who consolidate all of the heart essence Dzogchen traditions up to 14th century, and who appeared in direct vision to Jigme Lingpa when Jigme Lingpa was in 3-year retreat. Jigme Lingpa appeared in direct vision to Adzom Trukpa. I'm saying it's a family who feel very closely connected to all these. They knew each other, they met each other, and we have met Adzom Rinpoche, pictured here. And we continue to meet him in all of our practices. So, in brief, we feel very fortunate. This was very unusual to encounter him in Tibet. I had never heard of him. When we met Jigme Lingpa, we were going to a pilgrimage to places sacred to the heart essence vast expanse. So something happened and we met. He doesn't live in that part of Tibet. He isn't usually there. So that's a little bit of the story. I'm sure you'll hear more. And we're really happy for everyone who's here, whether it's back after a long time or new, or we haven't quite met personally. We're glad you're here, and we're glad to offer you some lunch. Thank you
if
about
you
that.
appreciate what we do,
Help us do it.
we do have a donation box in the back, and we have a donation button on our website. And while it's hard to contemplate financial reality, turns out we have expenses to run a not-for-profit church and educational organization. And if you would be so kind to contemplate that, as I say, we have a donation box in the backs, and we have a donation box on our website. And it really helps to keep the lights on. Yeah, we appreciate it.
So,
Lovely to see everybody
thank you all for
today.
being here. Thank you guys for being here online. We hope to see you in person.
Wait.
Oh, there's something else.
Jerry has something. What? To both?
Today, both?
No, Emily was on Friday and Candace is this coming Thursday.
Happy birthday, Emily and Candace.
Okay, happy birthday.
May you live long and happily. And how kind of you to spend your birthday month with us.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you. Stay well. What?
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
You have to look that way.
Be well.
We'll see you there.
Well, she's on this
Oh,
camera.
she's on that one. Oh, great.
Selwa saying hi.
Lots of love. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.